Okay, we are here with Lifestyle with Duelists with AQ. We'll be talking about our lifestyles as a duelist, such as how long we've been dueling, what decks we had. Today we'll be speaking AQ. He will be speaking through a boglin other than showing his actual face. AQ, you may begin.
I taught myself how to duel when I was 3 from watching only Yu-Gi-Oh! And reading the rule books. I remember getting my first starter deck and cards when I was 3.
What were the starter deck?
It was the Maximilian Pegasus starter deck.
Oh.
I was so happy. Before I ever got that, I was just making cards. So I taught myself how to do it and other things. And I was kind of fakely taught by a cousin of mine who didn't know how to play himself. So, falsely taught. So I taught myself.
Great. Now, which decks did you run and which decks do you plan to make?
I run the Mortronic deck, a Crystal Beast deck. You might see my Mortronic deck in some duels. I run a Dragon deck, which I cannot currently remember the name of.
Heretics?
Yes, Heretic, thank you. Who overlay like a monster. So, I plan on making a Time Lord deck, if I could get the cards. I probably won't, but I plan on. And calling it my Doctor Who deck.
Okay. Well, great. Now, what decks did you used to run and you plan to rebirth?
That's interesting. I used to run Crystal Beast deck over at a place called Ollie's, which closed down. And it was really good. It was probably one of my best decks, if anything, my favorite. And I used that when the GX series was around, and it was hard, and it was really pain in the butt to get Crystal Beast. So, yeah, I kind of made it. It's crappy. Very, 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 very crappy.
Okay, that was a bit too explainable. Anyway, what's your opinion on dueling? What's your opinion on Yu-Gi-Oh? Just the actual subject. How does it make you feel?
I do it for the fun of it. I love strategies, and I love winning sometimes. Don't I say sometimes?
Okay. What's your opinion on the TV shows, and which TV show of Yu-Gi-Oh is your favorite?
Really?
Yeah. You don't have to answer that question if you don't want to.
Well, I like the TV shows because I learned how to play Yu-Gi-Oh from them, but I prefer the mangas.
Oh. Even knowing that some of the TV shows were the actual originals?
That I don't really like because the original Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't even Yu-Gi-Oh.
It was about games.
Yeah. And then Yu-Gi-Oh was introduced when Kaiba was introduced.
Okay. Now, last question. If you could duel anyone in the world, either fictional or real, who would you duel?
Yugi all the way. Yu-Gi-Oh or Yugi or Jaden.
Huh. Well, that's very interesting. Okay, so that was AQ. Please tell us within the description below if you support him or if you want him to fail or whatever. So yeah, just make sure that you
Yes, go Alex.
make sure you subscribe, and that.